Hi, welcome back to Dreamgirl. We are on lesson 8, and what I want to talk about is our relationship with the universe. So far, we have looked at the energies within us and how we are manifesting what it is that we want. It is important that we look at one aspect when it comes to our relationship with the universe, meaning the spirit within us and around us, and how we can make sure that the communication that's happening is actually helping us to achieve the goals that we want to achieve. I've illustrated a pathway that has come from my own experience, and it's all about perception. When it comes to perception, there is a story that I can tell you that we can look at from two angles. We're going to start with this one. I was in a relationship that I left. I had to leave because it was volatile and I didn't feel like it was the sort of relationship that I envisaged, and I tried and I communicated, but it just seemed to be the dynamics. So I left a volatile situation, still hoping for love. So all I wanted was just a loving, kind, harmonious relationship. So I'm now dreaming of love. This is what I want. This is my goal. When I left this relationship, my next love offer that came was someone who was deceptive. So it was just, a matter of maybe a couple of dates where I found out, oh, this person is just a little bit, says they want one thing, but really, was more of a one-track mind, and I didn't like the deceptiveness about it. So I thought to myself, well, this isn't what I wanted. Is the universe giving me the gift of love? Should I take it? Am I ungrateful if I don't? So I confused myself a little bit, but at the end of the day, I was like, no. So I left this situation. Then the next guy that came along was very shiny, very lovely, and it just seemed like, oh my God, that's exactly what I wanted, So I thought, here it is. I got love. Led to heartbreak because all I got was breadcrumbs, So again, just someone who's, selling you a dream, and then you think, yeah, we're on the same page, and then you realize, they're playing mind games, hot, cold, in and out kind of energy. So again, I was just like, I don't know if I'm misunderstanding something, but that's not the love that I wanted. Do I have to accept it? Am I asking too much? It was that kind of confusion again. So it left me confused, and I didn't like that. I learned that intuition is not wanting you to stay confused. It is clarity. So I had to see clarity, and the time that I felt really clear about it was when I left. So again, I left the situation, released it, and that's when I was like, yeah, that's clarity. It's not a great feeling. It's heartbroken again, but it is all I could do. So then here I am thinking, okay, surely the next gift is going to be more of what I want. Sorry, my hair. I'm looking for love, and I get the perfect match. You wouldn't believe. We look the same, we talk the same, we want the same, same jokes, same silliness, same everything. And it was just the match. Turns out they're still hung up on their ex, emotionally unavailable, and no matter how much we tried to go it slow or to talk about it or communicate, it just wasn't happening, So this I had to let go. So I'm walking away heartbroken, and I'm thinking now, well, this is too much heartbreak, one after the other, and all I want is love for it to work. Like, how many times do I have to kiss a frog? And so I'm now at this stage thinking, honestly, what do? You give up? What's coming next? Is it going to be the next fulfillment? Is it going to be disappointment again? So this is the perception of disappointment. And if you're thinking that, then this one will be disappointing as well. Let me switch it for you and look at the different perspective. What actually happened, and this is when you develop that relationship with the universe and you understand all that spirit wants for you, is to feel great, for your soul to feel like it is protected. And yes, we need to go through some lessons and some hard lessons, but it is all for our greater good. Now, looking at it from that perspective, what happened was I was in a volatile situation and I decided, that doesn't fulfill me. That doesn't make me happy. Let me get out. So I said no. I said no to that. And I moved up a level. So simply by saying no to something I didn't want, that I didn't think was serving me, I moved up a level to someone who wasn't volatile, just deceptive. Didn't like that. I said no to that. What happened? I moved up a level. I got someone who was pretty damn good. It was a pretty good match on many levels. Unfortunately, that person hadn't, released a lot of their ego and ended up having a mind game to play. So it was breadcrumbs. I didn't like it. I really liked the person. I was infatuated. I really, really liked him. And at the peak of my infatuation, I walked away. It took every ounce inside of me to walk away and to stay firm when the breadcrumbs came to say, no, thank you. I'm having my meal by myself. I said no. What happened? I moved up a level. Every time I moved up a level, I got a situation that was better and better and better. Not quite it, but better each time. So here I ended up at my last situation with the person that was emotionally unavailable. However, that person was the real deal. So, like when someone is amazing and a great person, but they're just going through a tough time, and that is not their character, there's not a flaw in their being, it's just a phase. So the timing seemed a bit off. And I had to say no. I can't be with someone who's emotionally unavailable, because that turns back into breadcrumbs, deception, volatility. So we're on the lower vibrations again. So no, I had to say no. But as soon as I said no, I moved up a level. And that level, every time, bit by bit, every time I said no, what increased was my self-love, love within me for myself. Because every time I walked away, I said, that's not good enough for me. I am offering something of great value, and I want that in return. I want reciprocity. I want something that can sustain. I want a love relationship where it is equal give and take. And that is impossible with someone on lower vibrations, because if you're here on higher vibrations and they're down here, it's not a match. And you will see all these signs of arguments and breadcrumbs and hot and cold, because yes, there is a pull, but this person doesn't come up to your level, you're going to have to get down to their level. And I was not prepared to do that. I had been in the past, but I was no longer prepared to do that. Every time I said no, I moved up a level. So my self-worth increased significantly, exponentially. And so I arrived at where I am today, which is completely fulfilled and satisfied within me, and knowing that now I can trust my intuition. And this is all due to perception. So having my relationship with the universe, where I am perceiving things in the way that is intended for my greater good, I'm actually ascending. And I can now look back and say, do you know what? Heartbreak. Did I cry? Yes. Did it upset me? Yes. Did I feel rejected? Yes. But every time I said no, I actually moved up feeling parallel to feeling upset, disappointed, I was only disappointed in the other person. I was no longer disappointed in myself. And I learned not to be disappointed in the universe. Why is it me? You know, I no longer needed to do that. So I was able to say, every time I said no to something that I didn't like and didn't want, I was given something that was a lot better. And those were the gifts from the universe to show me that I'm on the right track. So now what I know, what I can tell you ahead of time, before it even happens, according to the plan with me and universe, according to our lovely relationship, I can tell you that this person may well be the partner for me. This person may well have been my soulmate. The timing is not down to me, not down to the other person. The timing is down to the universe, because within the universe, they know when this person is ready to give me what it is that I want. That's when they'll come back to me. And I will be ready and appreciative, and he will be ready and appreciative. That's when we can come together. But what he needs to still do is grow in self-love. So if this person moves up to this level in self-love, that's when we have a match. So the match is not just personality match or attraction. The match is a vibrational match. So I have raised my vibration each time, and I need someone who has done the same. So giving a little bit of time might be all it takes. If not, I know that if this person doesn't move up and raises their self-love and vibrations, they will not be deserving of my level. And so I will be given somebody at my level. What I don't know yet is if there's still some learning to do for me. So there might be a few more levels in between that I'm not seeing yet, but I think we're heading on the right track. And what has happened here, every time I left somebody, they stayed on their lower vibrations. So there was anger, there was jealousy, hurt, so they're not happy campers that I said no, because they wanted to pull me down to their vibrations. And there's no judgment. I'm not judging, because, obviously in order to attract someone like that, I had to have those vibrations within me. So the vibrations are all still there, and it's releasing them. And every time I did a lot of work. So no, it wasn't enough to say no. I had to say no. But saying no and working on myself. So I had to do some inner healing. This is what I talked about in a previous lesson about blockages, where you actually start to release some of that, the paradigms, so the patterns that you've had since you were little. And a lot of it stemmed back to just childhood, and, kind of like the way I used to respond, and the stubbornness in me, and all of that, how the ego built over the years. But the more I released my ego and my pain, the more I was able to just see me for who I am, just the being that I am, just breathing life. And that appreciation for self gave me the strength to say no to situations that I didn't think were worthy of my time, my energy, or my love. And by doing that, this is the ascension. So this is my lesson on perception, a very important part in our relationship with the universe, so that we can interpret what is happening in and around us as a reflection of us. And if we can change what's happening on the inside by releasing, by saying no, by making it very clear where we're discerning, that is how we raise our vibrations, and that is how we raise self-love. And going back to one of our very first lessons, self-love is the highest vibration you can have. So don't feel bad for liking yourself. Don't feel bad for self-care. Don't feel bad for pampering yourself and taking time for yourself, because that is exactly what you need to do in order to attract all the abundance back to you from the outside world. I hope this makes sense, and I hope you enjoy the little exercises for you in the workbook for this lesson, and I will see you next time. Bye!